My plans for the day were completely sidetracked when another blizzard came through town. Since I can't really do any more of the spring prep at the barn, I am gonna go shopping. For anyone new to my channel, I resell clothing as my quote-unquote real job. Right off the bat today, I found these leggings. They usually sell pretty good for me. I mentioned in a previous video that I was getting closer to quitting my real job. A few of you were a little bit worried about my recklessness, but since my job isn't your typical 9 to 5, I can quit and restart it anytime I want. I have actually been cutting back a ton as far as shopping goes. Usually in the winter, I really try and stock up because a lot of people are cleaning out their closets. I can find really good things like these Lululemon leggings that I picked up. These are a newer style and they should sell pretty well. In order to keep my store fresh, I like to list about 10 to 20 things every day. So that is a ton of shopping. I've actually sold this very same pair of Athleta joggers before. All of these activewear pants will sell between $25 and probably $50. In the beginning of March, I decided to go ahead and start posting 3 videos a week. I reduced the amount of time that I spent listing clothes and increased the amount of time that I spent editing videos. And it really seemed to pay off because there are a lot more of you guys watching my videos regularly, and that is awesome. I found these super cool wet look camo Spanx leggings. These used to sell really well for me and they've kind of petered off, but they do sell pretty fast. This time of year, activewear sells really fast for me, so that is the first place I look when I get to the thrift store. Since I am planning on decreasing the amount of time I spend on eBay even more, I am going to start only picking up items with a high ROI. So today I'm going to try and be a little bit more picky. I got really excited when I felt these. I thought they were viewery. They even had the same kind of drawstring that they have, but they are a knockoff from Costco. I got pretty excited when I saw this bag and then I realized that it was fake Burberry. For some reason, I've been seeing a lot of fakes lately, like this one. Purses are honestly not my favorite thing to sell. So for me to want to get it, it has to be pretty fancy. They're just harder for me to store in my inventory. And if they're dirty inside, I really just hate cleaning them. This is one that's been here for a while. It is Fossil, but it has a big white paint stripe on it. This one looked really cool, and then I noticed they wanted 25 bucks for it. The original retail on this was around $250, but the resale value is almost exactly what they want for it. This purse was really neat. It was like an old 70s style bucket bag. I would have picked it up, but the inside was incredibly dirty. My whole master plan to decrease the amount that I'm doing on eBay means that I have to increase the value in the items that I'm buying. This vintage purse was super cute, but they don't sell for very much for me. I got really excited when I saw this. I thought it was an Hermes little card holder. Even with it being used, it would have resold for around $400. If I'm going to try and do 5 times less work on eBay, I need to increase the price of my goods by 5 times, which is going to be a little bit tricky for me. I'm going to go ahead and try only to come into town shopping once a week. Since I've been doing this for so long, I do have quite a bit of inventory built up. I think right now I maybe have 1,800 items in my store. I am gonna link my store name in the description for you guys. I have been running a lot of sales to try and clear out some inventory and get some good deals going for the springtime. So feel free to check it out if you're interested. I saw these shoes that were brand new with tags and I decided to look them up. They were selling on eBay for maybe $10 more than they were for sale in the thrift store, so I put them back. I just happened to be in the store today on a day where they were putting out a lot of new shoes. I have noticed that they have begun to price them a little bit higher. I found this older style of Sorel boots and they wanted $25 for them. This pair of boots was priced reasonably at $8 and they were selling for about $40 used on eBay. but they just really had too much wear for me. Another thing that I really don't like doing is taking returns. And I feel like the better condition something is in, even if it's used, the more likely people will be to keep it. I found these super cute, really well-made boots that were my size, and I was gonna get them for me. They were $24. The retail on them is about $400, and I was gonna get them, but I really don't have any place that I would ever wear them. And I do have a very similar pair at home. I also thought about picking up these, but again, I don't have anywhere to wear them. I did grab these Madewell sandals. They were brand new pretty much. With spring going to show up any minute now, I think they'll be easy for me to sell quickly. One of the reasons I'm trying to switch over more of my eBay time to YouTube time is it takes me about the same amount of time to go shopping that it does to make a video now. And while I really do love the thrill of the hunt at the thrift store, I have been enjoying learning more about editing and how to make my videos even better. I do think that if I practice more every week that I would learn things that would cut that time down even more. I remember the very first video that I made that was Scarlett's video took me like 8 whole days to make. I recently did a similar video on Goose and that took me like 4 hours to make. So I think I am starting to get the hang of the whole editing thing. These boots were really nice, but they weren't really a style that I wanted to pick up. I was finding a lot of really nice things, but the resale value was just not high enough for me. In addition to cutting my shopping time way down, I think I am going to start listing only on the weekends because that's when most of the people are shopping. If I can source a little bit higher priced items like these boots, then I think I might not miss out on too much income. These are bed stew boots. It's been a while since I found a pair of these, but I knew as soon as I saw them that that's who made them. All of their boots have kind of a steampunk boho vibe. They retail for around $400 and I should be able to get at least $150 for them. I spied these Mountain Horse insulated English riding boots. I have always wanted a pair of these and they were my size. Unfortunately, when I was checking the size, I also noticed that a mouse had made a nest in one of the boots. I decided to try on the other boot just to see if they fit me. I also looked up the comps to see what they were selling for. They had a bunch for sale and the prices were kind of all over the place. In the end, I decided I don't really ride enough to justify buying them. I think they probably would just sit at my house and collect dust, so I put them back. It seemed like $24.99 was the new high price they were putting on some of the more popular brands. Although some of the shoes are marked up, there still is a lot of profit to be had if you know exactly what you're looking for. After I was done scoping out the shoes, I went onto the pants and jeans. I go shopping at this store so much, I kind of know in my head the schedule of when the different things are coming out. I came on a day where it seems like they put out a lot of shoes, dresses, and jackets. So I wasn't really finding very many good jeans. I got a very artistic shot of my arm right there. It really wasn't too busy in the store today. I think it had something to do with the weather because the roads were kind of dicey. I didn't see any accidents on the way over, but people were going pretty slow. I was really striking out with the pants until I found these brand new with tags Piranha pants. These don't sell as good for me as they did in the past, but since these were new, I decided to grab them anyway. I found another new pair, but they didn't have the tags on them, and I decided to leave those behind. In the past, I've really had to push out a lot of items every week in order to make the kind of profits that I need to keep up with the horse expenses. So it's going to be a huge shift for me to try and really restrict the amount of things that I'm buying now. I saw some guy put this leather jacket back on the rack and I zipped over to pick it up. This brand sells pretty well and these leather jackets will sell for around $175 used. I think that I will probably sell this in less than a week. I also found this brand new with tags wedding dress from J. Crew. I really like picking up dresses like this because you can't find them everywhere anymore. They do tend to take a while to sell, so unfortunately I did leave these two behind. I also found this really neat vintage prom dress that I was going to pick up. It was made by JCPenney. It did have a bunch of staining that I just don't have the time to get out, so I did leave this one behind as well. I had to do a double take when I went and saw this dress again. I could have sworn I just put it in my cart, and then I realized it was another dress of the same design but a different size. This one was in much better condition and new with tags also. This dress retails for $650, and these two look like they were floor models, like they've been tried on. The style is super sleek and modern, and I think they will sell pretty fast. I didn't find anything else in the dresses, but this little guy caught my eye. These she-fit bras are perfect for riding horses in. They are pretty pricey, brand new, and they resell very well, so I pick them up whenever I find them. I'll probably be able to sell this one for around $40 to $50. They also sell really quickly for me. I took a really brief look at these skirts. This time of year I do find a lot of down skirts that do still sell well even in the spring for me. I wasn't really finding anything today though. I popped over to the hard goods to see if there was anything Huckleberry or the cats would like. I did pick up this little Raydon coffee cup just so I could have an extra. I am gonna go over and zip through the children's clothes very quickly. This thrift store does raise the prices around spring and summertime. They increase the infant clothes by $1, which doesn't seem like a lot, but most of the children's clothes don't sell for a high profit. It looks like they did just put out a lot of new stuff right before I got here. I found this super cute pair of little girls' Carhartt overalls. These feel brand new, and I was thinking about picking them up, but they would probably only sell for like $15 on eBay. So I put them back for someone else to pick up and enjoy. I also spied this little Carhartt hoodie. Most of these things are not going to have a high enough price for me to get, but I will definitely still peruse through the children's clothes for some of the higher price vintage items I like to find. The only section I have left to go through is the men's. It is looking like they haven't really refreshed this in a couple of days. I'm not really finding anything I want to pick up today. This was new with tags, but they don't really sell for very much anymore. I did see them wheeling out some new shoes, so I shimmied on over to see if they had anything good, and I saw these cowboy boots. They are Tacovas, and apparently they're very popular, and the resale value is quite high. The sell-through rate, which is how quickly they'll sell, is actually very high too, so I did pick them up. I saw these Ariat boots as well, and I was gonna get them, but they were pretty worn and the insoles were missing. There are a few really good tack swaps in the spring that I'm getting excited to go to. I really don't need any more tack, but you'll never know what you'll find. This shirt is a really expensive brand. These sell for like $200 retail. I would have picked it up, but it had a lot of pilling on it and I just don't have time to shave them all off. Moving forward with my master plan, it seems like time is the most precious commodity for me. So anything that takes up extra time, I am probably gonna pass on. This store stays pretty well stocked, so I could literally come in every day and find new things if I wanted to. I was a little bit sad to leave this one behind. It was an ultra suede coat with, I think this was dyed mink on the top. I'm a little bit glad that it had a handprint on the back, otherwise I would have been sad about not picking it up. The style is really good and it's really well made, but I think with the seasons changing, it would have been hard to sell for me. I was pretty proud of myself that I only got essential things today. Everything that I picked up should sell really well and won't be sitting around in my store for very long. I am going to continue to switch over to more YouTube and less reel work in the next couple of months. And it has all been possible because of you guys. So thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for the next video.